This video is the second part of a two-part series. In the first part, I went and talked about the current weapon system in combat arms and how utterly broken it is. If you guys missed that episode, a link will be in the description below, an annotation on the screen, and a link in the comments section below. This part, I'm going to go and talk about the new core weapons and suggest a solution to this whole weapon problem that I hope Nexon may implement. But let's get right into it, starting off with those core weapons. So right now, I've gone and given you many variants, and the shop right now is completely convoluted. And I don't know if Nexon realizes that it's convoluted, but I don't think they have noticed it, because guess what they're doing? They're going to go and give us another weapon variant, and this weapon variant is called Core. Now, Core, according to some people, is going to be just the exact same gun with a different skin, and then a few more bullets in the magazine. According to the game files, it's going to be increased damage, increased fire rate, decreased recoil, increased accuracy. Basically, it's loaded all over again, but guess what? It's going to be a different name. As you can see on screen right now, the skins for these weapons actually look quite cool. These are skins that I'd be willing to go and buy for my weapon, but I don't want to go and buy an overpowered weapon, but guess what? A lot of people in combat arms will, simply because they don't value the integrity of the game. Nexon have gone and realized this many years ago, and now they're simply going and catering towards the people that will go and open up their wallets for absolutely everything that goes and gives them a little bit of an advantage into the game, completely sacrificing the competitive integrity of this game. But that reason itself makes absolutely no sense. It seems like Nexon is completely bipolar. In one side of their mind, they're thinking, okay, we want to go and make combat arms great again. We want to go and make combat arms popular again. Let's go and give it new graphics, matchmaking, and a new user interface. Oh, three really big ticks in my mind. This is absolutely fantastic. They're trying to go and commit combat arms for the future. And then, in the other side of their mind, they're like, okay, combat arms is dying, let's go and milk it for as much money as possible by implementing overpowered weapons. They tried to go and do it years ago, it didn't work because people stayed. They're trying to go and do it now for some reason when they're trying to go and make the game survive. Why do you want the game to die with these really greedy habits, and then you're putting so much money to try to go and make the game popular again? It's business sense out of the window. Whoever is the director for combat arms has absolutely no idea how to go and run a free-to-play first-person shooter, has no idea how to go and run a first-person shooter, has absolutely no idea how to go and run a video game, period. Now, I am studying electrical engineering, and I'm studying a computer science degree at my university. So I'm not a business major, but I think I have a decent amount of business sense. And I'm going to go and propose an idea that has been tried and true in another video game, and I think it would be really smart of Nexon if they had a bit of a listen to me, and maybe try to go and implement this into combat arms. Have a listen. There is a game called Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's the most popular first-person shooter in the world. Now, this game is completely balanced. There may be times in the game where a gun may be a bit too strong, but they'll eventually go and nerf it, and then the game becomes balanced again. Now, there is only a select amount of weapons, and you'd be thinking, okay, how did I go and generate revenue? Well, guess what? It's a genius idea. What Valve have gone and done, they have gone and developed skins for all these weapons. So you take your AK-47, and then you can have an AK-47 Red Lion. You can have an AK-47 Jungle Mesh. Now, there is no hidden stat benefits of having a certain skin. The only difference between the two skins that I just mentioned is they look different. Guess how much money Valve generates per year? Millions of dollars. Let me take another game, League of Legends. This game is the most popular MOBA in the world right now. It is, packing stadiums full of people. It is completely acclaimed to be one of the best MOBAs in the world, next to Dota. Oh, let's talk about Dota as well. Let's put Dota and League of Legends together. Common theme between the games are they're both MOBAs, but a common theme between their microtransaction methods is because what you can go and do is you can go and take your favorite champion, and then you can go and buy a skin. The skin doesn't give any benefits because it's a skin. It's cosmetic. It just makes your character look cool, and people buy it because the character looks cool. And this company has generated, I think it was $4 million towards the 2016 World's Prize Pool off one skin. One skin. Championship Z. I think it was like $4 million. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. Now, we've got three proven cases. Three proven cases, because with Dota, people buy skins as well, and that contributes to the international, which is their, kind of world championship. That fun. So we've got three proven cases of extremely, extremely viable esports games that have the only way to go and generate money is through microtransactions that don't give a benefit in any way, shape, or form. It only makes your character look extremely cool, or your weapon to look extremely cool. So with all of that said, let's go and talk about our beloved combat arms. And you guys might have an idea of what I'm going to go and suggest. I don't think Nexon does, however, because I don't think it's gone through their head that this might be an idea that might actually work in a Western market. But let's go and spell it out anyway. So what we're going to go and do, we're going to go and take away the custom versions of all these weapons, the loaded versions, the ace versions, the visionary versions. Let's go and get rid of everything like that, okay? And while you're at it, let's go and get rid of the M4A1 Desert Warrior as well. To rectify all of this, you buy the normal M4A1, the base M4A1, the boring M4A1, and then you go to the skins tab, and then you go and buy a skin. For example, the Desert Warrior skin for your M4A1, hence the M4A1 Desert Warrior. And then there might be another skin, a lightning skin. I don't really give a shit. Nexon can go and make these skins as expensive or as cheap as they want. But in the end, I don't really care, because in the end of it, if I have the normal M4A1 with no skin, and then somebody else, an enemy on the other team, has the M4A1 with a skin that could cost $2,000 for all I really care, in the end, the person that is better at the game will go and win that gunfight, and the skin does not come into that equation, and that is absolutely fantastic. Now, with all of that said, I know, NX Rares, NX Epics. In my opinion, casual play cannot be balanced, because Nexon can't simply nerf every one of these guns in the game, because people will go apeshit. They can't take away the weapons because people go apeshit. The 12-year-old kids that want to go and use their Max's R870 shotgun will go apeshit. Overall, all you can go and do is nerf the outliers, like the Maxes. Nerf it, make it somewhat balanced. Nerf the Orphis, nerf the Duels, nerf the AR-15. Nerf those massive outlier cases. But the whole idea of NX Rares and NX Epics being better than the normal weapons, that simply can't be fixed, because it's so integrated into combat arms, and such a change would fundamentally destroy the game. The core player base that don't actually care about balance is somewhat supporting the game, and that is a bit depressing. But Nexon has to go and cater towards making the game great again, but also catering towards the people that simply want to go and run around with broken shit. So in the casual setting, combat arms can never be balanced. But saying that, in the upcoming competitive matchmaking and the PCM rule set that competitive matchmaking will be based on, that is where Nexon can go and strike deep. That's where they can go and bring up another community, which is fundamentally based on skill, where the only difference between people is what gun they're using within a select pool, where all of them are balanced, where they have pros and cons, but that's part of the game, working out what gun you should go and use for what scenario and what composition of weapons and what type of plays and whatnot. That's fantastic. And then from there, you can have cosmetics. And then from there, you can go and have all these skins. And that's where people can go and really show off. Like, you have a certain player, like the best player in the world, and he runs this certain amount of cosmetics or this certain skin. Or you could even have the best player in the world, like Faker in League of Legends. He doesn't run any skins. You could have the best player in the world, and he could be completely bare. And then everybody else is running all these cool skins. And then you got this player out there that looks completely bland, but is an absolute god. The difference between the best player and the worst player in that mode, in that rule set, is simply due to their skill. That is a community that Nexon can do. It can be done with ESL, but it needs to be fostered. It really needs to be nurtured. Let casual be the wild, wild west. And yes, some people will be running around, with broken weapons and whatnot. But with all of that said, let competitive be the true shining show of combat arms and what it actually can be. But with all of that said, is any of what I've just said gonna happen? You know what? Probably not. Probably not. And that's the really depressing part, because I don't think Nex in Korea realizes that they're sitting legitimately on a landmine, but they're just very, very, very content in just milking the cows for a little bit of milk and just trying to go and get as much money as possible from the bare surface. There is so much below, but they don't realize it, and we do. We've been saying it for years, but who knows? So all I've said right now probably won't actually make a difference, and that's really depressing. But you know what? Hopefully you guys can go and post in the comment section below what your opinion is. But other than that, it's Undercover Dudes, all the way from Down Under, out.